How do you make it to the gym with a 1-year-old? Or how do you make it to the gym with just kids in general? It can be challenging, right? In today's episode, I'm going to give you my tips on how I make it to the gym at least 3 times a week. Let's go. Welcome to Reps and Redemption. What would your life look like if you started to prioritize your health and your faith? Have you been up late at night Googling healthy grocery lists, upper body workouts, or quiet time with God ideas? Hey there, I'm Ashley Harvey, college athlete, Jesus follower, now wife and stay-at-home mom of 3 daughters. In this podcast, you will be motivated to build your physical strength, increase in biblical wisdom, and utilize tactical health tips. If you're ready to be a part of a like-minded community of moms who want to be bold in their faith and live well, you're in the right place. Grab an iced coffee or a Celsius and head to the gym. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, welcome back to Reps and Redemption. I'm so glad you're here with us today. I read this question the other day in one of the Facebook groups I'm in, and a new mama was asking how in the world is she supposed to get to the gym with a 1-year-old who is constantly attached to her and she just wants to work out and start that routine up again. And I thought this question was interesting because I've seen it elsewhere, and I've also had people ask me the same thing. And the short answer, the easy answer anyways, or maybe it's not so easy, but is to just do it. And that's kind of surface level, right? Because obviously as moms, we can make things happen quite quickly. But I think what this mom was actually asking is, how can she make it smooth and successful so it's not so stressful, right? And I have about 3 little tips that might help you start this habit and get in the routine of going to the gym several days a week. For me, my minimum is 3 times per week. I would prefer 4, and sometimes that happens and sometimes it doesn't. So I think in order to apply these tips, the first thing that I would do, and this is not actually part of the tips that I'm going to be giving you in a moment, but I think what I would actually do is sit and think about what season are you in and how long do you need at the gym, plus what, with your kids, what season are they in? Are they okay? Before I had my almost 1-year-old, my 4-year-old was fine at the gym for 2 full hours. She wanted to stay there even longer, and that was great. I had several days a week where I went for 2 hours at a time. It was fantastic. But now, having an almost 1-year-old, I have to go in between naps. And also, she is a mama's girl. She does not want to go into the kids club. And unless, once I leave, she's usually fine. But she usually clings to me. It's kind of sad. It hurts my heart. But I do want to lift weights and I want her to play. And usually it ends up to be just fine. But I do know leaving her for 2 hours might be a little bit much at this point. So my max time right now is just an hour. And that's the season I'm in. And I am actually fine with that. So it works out. And I would just kind of start there with, okay, is 30 minutes enough? Is an hour enough? Do you want the full 2 hours? Are your kids able to handle that? If they're older, I'm sure they would absolutely love it. So let's start with a few tips. I would make it simpler and tell this mama, or I saw this question, or maybe you've been wondering, man, how do I get there? I plan on going, it just never happens. So here's what I would do, and here's actually what I do. I prepare the night before. That's number 1. And then there's a couple of things that fall into this bucket of preparation, nighttime preparation. So what time are you going to go? Do you need to fit in any naps, like morning naps beforehand? Pack the snacks. What will you do when you get there? And how much time do you need? So I would kind of just, roll that over in your thought process and see, okay, if the morning nap is usually at 10 and the child care club closes at 1, how do I get there with, to make it an hour? We need to leave here by 11:30 so I can get there within, enough time for drop off and all that to have a full hour. So usually my workout window is noon to 1. And that's just kind of what we do. So I would plan on that. Maybe your little one takes a later nap and your child care club opens at 8 or 8:30, and maybe you can get there. We move very slow here in this house. It is very hard to get out the door before 10 o'clock. So I don't mind it that way at all. I guess it comes with like the homeschool territory. And this is just who we are. We're slow moving. So I'm fine with that. And you would just need to see what works in the hours that your gym has for childcare and what would work best for your little one and also for yourself. So plan that out. And then also, like if you're going to shower there or swim or do something like that, which is an awesome addition to a lot of the gyms that are out there, especially if you have older kids and you can take the time. When I had 2 hours, that's what I would do. I would work out, either swim or shower. And yeah, I would just enjoy the little mom break and start the day again once I picked up the kiddos. Or I should say, my now 5-year-old. And so right now I'm just going in my gym clothes and leaving in my gym clothes, and that's just what I'm doing right now, and that's fine. So, but if you are going to swim or do something else like that, make sure your bag is packed, your gym clothes are on, like right when you wake up in the morning, and that is super helpful. So, number 2 is the second part. So once you wake up in the morning, you have to stay on your timeline. So even if your baby's still sleeping, maybe you need to get them up by 7 so they can get that 9:30, 9:45 nap, and you can still make it to the gym before your kids club closes. So you've got to stay on the timeline. If you don't, like everything depends on this timeline. So if it's all messed up and you let your little one sleep until 8 or 8:30, now they're not taking a nap until maybe when you're supposed to be leaving, so you can make it there on time. So keep that in mind. And then I would say number 3 is when you arrive. So let's say you've prepared the night before. In the morning, you are on your timeline with, your wake up routine, your kids' routine, your breakfast, all the things are as they should be. And you drop off your kids and then you walk into the larger part of the gym. And that is when this really matters. Like, what are you doing? And I guess especially if you made it out of the house and it's not that imperative at the moment, you just want to get there, then you could really just choose anything if you're just starting out, or focus on full body. And that's always good because you can work a little bit of everything. You can do some strength training. I guess for me, I just want to know what I'm doing. So usually I know if I'm doing legs, or if I walk in and I'm doing back and cardio, or if I'm walking in and I'm doing, upper body. I usually do a split. So I can talk more about that in another episode, but it is helpful that, especially if you walk in, like I have these last 2 days in the gym, and I only had 47 minutes, which a lot of people would say, well, forget it. No, I think it's plenty of time to work out. And I was able to do quite a bit in that amount of time. And then also use the bathroom in peace and then pick up the kiddos. So I hope this has helped you. These steps, I'll say them again in order. So how to make it to the gym with your 1-year-old, or with just your kiddos in general, like maybe they're 5 and under, and it is a little bit more challenging. So I would prepare the night before. Focus on your timeline in the morning and make sure you are on time. And then number 3, what are you doing when you get to the gym? I hope this episode has helped, and let me know if there's any other questions that I can help you with. Feel free to email me at repsandredemption@gmail.com. If this episode motivated, inspired, or challenged you, will you share with a friend? I would be so grateful if you could leave Reps and Redemption an Apple Podcast review. This is the only way I know you like the show. Please join the Facebook group for accountability and community. Link in the show notes. Be bold, mama, and live well. Until next time.